Alright, I think we're good to go here. So hello, how's it going? I see you here, Goldie. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're gonna ping CORSOLA. I like it. But yeah, how's it going, Goldie? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, today we're doing Grookey, Masuda method, as well as continuing our CORSOLA / Marini SOS hunt. So what we're actually doing here is I actually don't properly have this hunt set up yet for Grookey, so I need to fly. Where do I need to fly to? I need to fly here, right? Yeah, Pokemon Nursery. I believe I have some stuff set up there. I might actually still have Grookey set up, I'm not sure. But yeah, hope you're doing well today, Goldie. So many streamers live. Hey, it's a good time to stream. It's a good time to stream. Yeah, so hope you're doing well. Alright, so I'm gonna need to figure out my PC setup here. Yes, still have so many Grookeys. So many hatched Grookeys, and we have eggs. I think these are Grookey eggs, so we can just go ahead and start with those. I think one thing to do here is, if I can find out, yeah, there's my, no, that's not my whole team. I need something with Flame Body, so let's go ahead and search. You can't watch them all. Just open up like 20 different tabs and have them all playing. Alright, let's look for, nope, not that. Let's look for Flame Body. There we go. And search. Where is something with Flame Body? There it is. There's Colossal. That's what I was hoping for. And then I'll just have to move this Salazzle. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and hit back. Oh, that took us all the way out of the boxes, but it ended the search anyways. Just so it's a little bit more visible. You have 5 tabs open right now. The dedication, I appreciate it. Yeah, so this PC is a mess, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop Salazzle here. We'll drop Vanillite here. We're gonna drop the rest of the team off here. False Swipe CORSOLA. Okay, so this might take a little bit just to get used to everything going on as far as dealing with both the Masuda hunt and the SOS hunt. It's been a while since I've done dual hunting that isn't Dynamax and what else do I usually do with that? Yeah, usually Dynamax and like soft resets. So doing 2 slightly more involved hunts might take a little bit to get used to. The start of the stream might be a little bit rough, as shown by the fact that I don't even know if these eggs are Grookey eggs. So that'll be a fun surprise of its own. And also just making sure I continue to actually hit all the buttons for the counters. Minitune's a Roblox dev, and he does monthly Roblox streams. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Creecraft is a Roblox streamer. Really? I kind of assumed that name would have been a Minecraft name, but makes sense. 3 million subs? Nice. Good for them. That's super cool. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and, like, I'm not going to pick up that egg yet because I don't want to end up with more eggs that aren't Grookeys if it's not Grookey in there. Because I forget if I would have done something between, like, January 2020 and now that would have been not Grookey stuff. No way! No way! We just started the stream. Yo, literally 30 encounters in. That's incredible. Shiny hype. Shiny hype already. Yo, that's fantastic. Alright, just so long as we don't goof up. Pogs. Alright, it does look like our eggs are Grookey too, so that's good. Yeah. That's amazing! That's amazing. It is a shiny Corsola, it's not a shiny Marini, but we got the Corsola, we got what we had said the stream was for. That's amazing. I can't believe we got it that quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and false swipe. Don't know why anyone else is here yet. Since school started, the earlier streams take a little bit to get going. That's not a problem. Yeah, since usually most of the people who watch the streams like watch the later ones, it takes a little bit. But all right, cool. CORSOLA didn't successfully call for help, which is fantastic because it makes it a lot easier to throw this Pokeball. But yo, shiny hype, and we caught the Corsola. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, let's make sure we save here. Shiny hype. That's fantastic. I'm getting used to the fact that my controls. I'm saving again just to make sure. Alright, so now we can just go ahead and take Charizard, fly back to the Pokemon Center. I don't know exactly where Corsola is going to go. I already do have another Corsola, so ideally Marini is what I would have been wanting to go for, but the hunt was for Corsola, so that's great. Shiny hype. Shiny hype on the Corsola. And I think that means our plan was, actually, this should be... We finished at 1. Oh, nice, nice. Hopefully it was a good day. Nature is lax. That's what your guess is. All right. It's a calm nature, which I guess is a form of being like relaxed. All right. So yeah, I already have a shiny. I already have a shiny Corsola right here in the PC on that bottom screen there. That one's the shiny that's below the cursor. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one at the end with some of our other duplicate shinies. Yeah, if I just go ahead and drop that there. Yeah. But that's awesome. Let's do the judging on it, I guess. Nope, that was search, that wasn't judge. Judge. Alright, alright. Pretty middle of the road given that we have a, given that it's 4 IVs. 4 guaranteed best IVs. But alright, so what this is gonna mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and save again just now that everything's on the PC. We're gonna immediately be switching this over to a Cresselia hunt. We'll be doing Cresselia now on the 3DS system. Actually, can go ahead and swap out the Pokemon. I keep forgetting that I don't have to like really do anything here, like going to PCs and stuff. Yeah, so let's go ahead and I really should go ahead and just do all the releasing now. Just to make sure. You can do work as fast as you like, or just take your time. Oh, nice! You're homeschooled and can finish things as fast as you want to. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's really nice. Yeah, like that way, like if you finish really early on a Friday, like you don't have to wait around. Cool. All right, so gonna go ahead and release the Grookies. I'm also gonna go ahead and move this Feebas over by a box. I don't know why these Feebas are like that. Something I need to ask myself from like the second month of this game being out. So we're gonna go ahead and load up the eggs here. Closing the software. Closing the software on the 3DS side so I can get that swapped over to our Ultra Moon, I believe. Cresselia. You gotta keep up with it, right? Yeah. All my 3DS Pokemon games in cartridges just sitting on my desk right now in a pile. So I've been working on preparing stuff for these hunts. I've been working on my living. I've been trying to work on my national decks in Gen 6. I've been doing some stuff in Sun and Moon, so like I have all of these games just sitting on my desk right now. Alright, let's go ahead and get stream information updated. Let's go ahead and get one counter in here. Yo, what's going on, Vanillix? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Sorry for being a little bit quiet at the moment. I'm getting stream stuff updated. And also, Vanillix, thank you for renewing your membership, man. I very much appreciate that. Alright, so let's get the stream info updated here, because I do need to add one more Cresselia encounter. All this stuff just flying. Okay, so what is this? Alright, so Grookey's going a bit slowly. But yeah, how's it going, Vanillix? Hope you're having a good Friday. Welcome to the stream. Right after we found Cresselia, or not Cresselia, we found CORSOLA. We found CORSOLA in legit, like 3 encounters. 3 encounters today. If Google double charges you because you had PayPal as your backup, you'll ask for a refund. Makes sense. Hopefully they didn't. Which one is, there we go. There we go. I think we're updated. As far as the stream is concerned. But yeah, so alright, let's get back to this. Apologies for the slow swap there. But yeah. Ping Cresselia to update it. True. I paid with your card, and then you got an email saying something like it went through in PayPal, and shoot. Hopefully it's not weird. Payment things really shouldn't be goofing up like that. Like, that's one of those things that, like, is the most important for companies to, like, get right, you know? Yeah, let's send it to the box. But yeah, that's super hype. I'm glad we found a shiny almost immediately in the stream, guys. It is going to take me a minute, like I said, to kind of just get used to the hunt in general. Not doing Dynamax adventures makes it a lot harder to know when to put the effort in to the soft reset hunt, or previously the SOS hunt. Yeah, probably fix it because you wouldn't mind the same membership price. There's probably some system in place to check and make sure that's like hasn't happened. All right, there we go. These eggs are hatching pretty fast. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't remember if this is a hunt that I like intended to build up eggs ahead of time because like it takes forever to get the eggs, or what was going on with that. You know, it'd be insane if we found Grookey as well today. Also, Grookey says 5, now it says 6. It is worth noting, technically Grookey has several encounters already that were from like 2020, 2019 that haven't been counted. So, if someone knows how many Grookeys we did before, I can add that to the stream. Otherwise, we're going to stick with a brand new fresh count for it because it's been so long. I've had a decent day, been full throttle with Unreal today. Nice! Hey, yeah, no, it's awesome having like all the encounters roll through fast though. I was saying, looking at an archive to find the exact number. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. That's kind of what I was implying there. If someone could just take a look at that, I would appreciate it. Also, I might need to mirror this whole layout eventually. I think I've mentioned it before. The layout is reversed from how I have my controllers set up. Oh, I appreciate it. Yo, gamers, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. How you doing today? Let's pop in real quick to say congratulations to CORSOLA. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. No, I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped that we found that so quickly in the stream. That's awesome. I'm so glad we found that. Actually, also need to make sure I kind of keep on track with this. Okay, and also, again, it's didn't mean to do that. There's so many different buttons on my Pro Controller that different games use as their menu buttons. It's easy to get confused. Okay, so yes, I really want to release the Grookey. Yep. All right, there we go. I think we'll get into a good pattern with this. I think we'll figure out what exactly we need, when we should be hitting buttons on which controller and stuff. To be as efficient as possible with this. Like we'll get in a good groove with it. Right now it's just a matter of like figuring out how long load times are and stuff like that. All right, there we go. Everyone spams Latecraft when he says 1 minute late because his fan base is mostly 8-year-olds. 64 is the last stream with Grookey. So 64, so we're at 74 now. Then okay, I can update that. Yeah, no, that was the last Grookey stream was like a long time ago now. Yeah, okay. So if it was at 64, now it's at 74. Sounds good to me. Because we didn't do that many Grookey hunts. At the time, I wasn't super feeling it with work and everything. It was a little bit difficult to enjoy it, as well as having my my PC issues I had at the time. It was also very hard to do that then. So, all right. YouTube says about a year ago. It says about a year ago because it's not 2 years yet, and it won't do it doesn't do like 18 months or anything. Last Grookey stream we did would have been either very early January 2020 or late December 2019. Creek streams started be back in a bit. All right. So we're just going to go around in a circle here because these eggs do pop up fairly quickly, and if I miss any of them, I think we will be hatching faster than we collect. No, I didn't mean to go inside. Why's the bite gotta be so unstable? Look back and it's like watching you grow up. Look at me when I'm like 20 versus now. Creep made a game in a mini-tune. gonna react to the trailer. Oh, cool. Oh, Minitoon's gonna react to the trailer. Nice. A mega difference between that, which is funny, right? Yeah, 2017 versus now. Also, guys, it's not many of you here, but we need it. It's the crab rave time. It's time for the crab rave. Let's see the rave in chat. There we go. There are some crabs. It's a little bit harder to predict. The crab rave always worked out when I played the music in order because, like, usually it was late enough that, like, you know, the stream really had its momentum going. So now it's gotta play the role of hyping the stream up. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm glad. You know, finding CORSOLA right there at the start, real good motivation for the stream. I think a good sign for the stream going well. Awfully early for the stream. It's just because it's on shuffle right now. It's just on shuffle. I didn't start any further down the list than I usually do. I just pick a random song. But crab is crab, precisely. Alright, there we go. There we go. We're hatching eggs. I believe we collected enough Grookies there. I believe we collected enough. So now it's just a matter of, like, moving, like, a step at a time to hatch the rest of these. Hit up on both encounters. Notice the climate leadership with a lot, most people doing back to school. Yeah. Yeah. No reason to not stream, though. No reason to not, like, continue to have fun with it. Alright, yeah, these encounters line up decently well. I have a good feeling about Cresselia today. Cresselia is far enough over odds, so I'm kind of getting a good feeling about it, and it's not so far over odds that I think it's like by I think it's like, you know, a lost cause. It's going to take thousands and thousands of encounter. There's also just time zones, you know. It's the biggest thing with streams that are at a different time than usual, especially when, like, I for years streamed at a certain time, is any of that audience, like, that audience might not really be here as much, just because, again, yeah, their schedule has now shifted back to the schedule that was the reason why they were watching streams when they were. So part of the reason for doing streams at different times is to kind of try to build up the difference in audience there, but, you know, it takes the time. Basically what it is streaming at a different time after having the established time is like starting over again. Because Europe people are weird? What? No. Dropped college because he felt so committed to Unreal to learn it and try to get a job with it. Hope that goes well for you. Alright. Okay, so I think we gained 4 eggs that time. We need to be gaining at least 5. Otherwise we will run out of eggs eventually. Which isn't a big deal, but it might mean that we just spend a little while collecting eggs as opposed to hatching. We might end up spending a little bit of time just collecting stuff. Okay, we're right on that edge. We're right on that edge, so maybe it's just a matter of efficiency with making sure we pick up eggs as soon as they're available to us. Yeah, so it's kind of this is where it gets hard, right? Like trying to determine when to do those Cresselia resets if I'm like my hands are holding onto the Pro Controller. So that's just like the learning thing. Like if I'm menuing in both games, it's generally okay. But when one game is requiring actual consistent input, it's a little bit difficult to take both hands off and click a button. Especially soft reset where I need both hands. Does Sword Shield have the thing like Sun and Moon where the lady starts thinking? Yes. Yeah, so before this, it was someone who turned around. Starting on Sun and Moon, daycare lady would, or nursery lady would just like kind of like, you know, move her hands like she was thinking and holding something. Yeah, like that. Yeah, so there's still a visual cue. It is really easy to pick up on and see. I can imagine it being a little bit more difficult on a small screen. Like, it might be hard to see on stream if you're watching on, like, a phone. Alright, there we go, there we go. It'd be amazing if we found Cresselia. I'm gonna be real, I'm way more interested in finding Cresselia than Grookey today. Just because Cresselia has been going... Cresselia we've done more streams for, and we're obviously way more encounters into Cresselia than Grookey, even counting our old encounters. So much more difficult in like Gen 2, 3, 4, and 5. They turned around. Those... Physically, the sprite changed orientation. And looked towards you. They would look at the fence and then look towards you. I would say, if anything, Gen 6 was a little difficult, just because in X and Y especially, the character model they used, in X and Y was a little bit like weird in that it almost looked like it. You know, if you didn't know what to look for, you know, that first egg you collect, you could almost think like, I don't know if they turned around or not. Their hat could just be weird. In Gen 2, the nursery lady would call you. That seems pretty easy to tell the difference then. In my opinion, but that's just my opinion. I'm wondering how many eggs we'll get through on Grookey today. If this is going to be a bit longer of a stream, we might get through a good number of them. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly how long we're going to go. Totally thought I walked into Cresselia there. Yeah, Leaf Green Gamer 123, what is going on? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? You can go somewhere else and she'll call you? Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, being called and just overtly told your egg is ready is probably the easiest way to know your egg is ready. But yeah, I know in like Gen 3 it was just, they turn around and they show you. And Gen 6 is the same way. It was Gen 7 where they swapped to the whole, like, hand position thing. Which is honestly, like I said, it's the most subtle visual change, I would say, but it's still fairly noticeable. So I don't think, as long as you know that that's what that means, you're pretty okay. You're shiny hunting Grookey. Well, best of luck. Let's see. Hopefully one of us gets it today. Animation's easy too. Yeah. Especially if you're there. If you're there, you literally watch the animation happen, and I think that's the easiest. I guess technically you see them turn around in the other ones too, but like the animation's really easy, especially when you're just standing right there. Nothing will be calling you though. I'll be real, I kind of don't like that as an idea. It's great if like you're trying to hatch one egg here and there, but if you were sitting here doing a bunch of stuff like this, it might be a little bit more obnoxious to constantly have your groove completely thrown off. Also, wow, we really are like right on that edge of having enough eggs. So we're just gonna release everything. Yes, we're gonna release that. Yeah, so there's not really a good way for us to stockpile eggs in this hunt, because I think we're either losing an egg or breaking even every time we do a cycle. I couldn't tell the older gens when they would turn around, because sometimes you'd talk to them at weird angles. But I mean, like, there's only like 4 directions to talk to them from in those, and they would look straight forward. They didn't like follow you. Like, honestly, that's something that I would have issues with a little bit in Gen 7, was that they do kind of just keep looking at you. Which makes sense, right? Like, they would, you know, a normal person would turn to look at you a little bit if you were approaching them. So that makes sense. But just, for me, I guess, like, that would almost be a little bit more of a thing, is I would notice the subtle, like, arm change as they were just turning, like, as part of their, like, kind of walking / turning animation. And that would get me. Just because there was a point I got to where I was able to catch them in the frames that the animation started before it was even noticeable. Because I've just gotten such a good rhythm with the egg collecting for some of my Masuda hunts. Yeah, so hopefully we're actually collecting enough eggs. Gen 5 had such a good route next to the daycare. You could bike really far down the route near Striation City, and bam, when you get back, they'll most likely be ready. That's good, that's good. Like, having that timing's really good. Sun and Moon was actually pretty good, in my opinion, just with having that little, like, gated area. Like, they literally had a spot that they 100% knew you were just going to take Tauros into and run in circles. Obviously, like, once you were doing enough eggs, it was just kind of worth it more to stay out of it so you could immediately loop back up and collect the egg, but like, that was a pretty good spot. Sun and Moon did a good job with it. I think Oras around the battle resort was pretty good. Wake and Cool Trainer Camilla, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. And Goldie, welcome back. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a good Friday. Hope your week went well. Spinning Tauros around was so nice, yeah. Yeah, Sun and Moon really had good, like, egg stuff as far as, like, locations for eggs. Taking a lap around battle resort was nice. Anywhere where, like, you didn't have to, you know, remember to, like, anywhere where you're not likely to just mindlessly end up in a patch of grass and start an encounter, and anywhere where you're not having to constantly think about, like, your timings for going back and forth are good. They are really good about putting the routes, or putting most of the daycares and nurseries, like, on routes that are long. Even if it's not like a perfect setup, like Gen 6, X and Y has a pretty good route in front of, on Route 7. You know, you can go way back and forth on that without, like, encountering anything, and it's really nice, but you still have to remember to turn around. So that's kind of almost where I prefer going in a circle, where it's like, I don't have to look. I just know I'm going in a circle, and as long as all the, you know, barriers around me are set up in a way to keep me contained in that space, it's fine. Tauros spinning was mindlessly good, right? The hitbox is too big. How's your hitbox doing? Oh, the hitbox is too big. Oh. In X and Y, you had to have the roller skates, so the bike was basically useless. I preferred the bike. I still prefer the bike. The roller skates are nice, but they just feel a bit clunky to me. So generally, like, for specifically in the case of egg hatching, I like the bike. Everywhere else, yeah, the roller skates are the best, just because, like, it's an immediate switch. There's no needing to, like, register the bike and, like, constantly switch between it, so that is really a benefit of the skates, but in a situation where I'm going to be on the bike a lot, I prefer the bike. And that's the context, okay. Roller skates are so nice. I just always felt like you started fast and slowed down. I don't think that was actually a thing, but like it's such an important thing in games to like have the right feel to it, and it felt slow. Rose is nice. What happened to them? They just made actual analog movement normal, and not like the specialty. Because that's what it was, right? It was like they basically used the roller skates to add in the analog motion, and they still had like eight direction movement when walking normally. Where's the blue moon duck? I don't know. Hopefully it shows up soon. Definitely has speed you up and then slightly slowed you down. Yeah, so like for me it's like obviously yeah, like a speed boost and then you kind of slow down to like the right speed. They shouldn't have had the speed boost. It just felt so much slower. Whether or not it actually was, just the feel that the player has is very important, and that just felt slow. Like, it made me feel like I should just keep trying to get the boost. And, like, obviously it only really worked once. I should have kept a consistent speed. Exactly. Exactly. That would have been my, like, one complaint with that. Sometimes you use Stoutland because the walking speed is faster? Really? I wasn't aware of that. Oh, didn't mean to click down on that. Okay, I definitely hit an extra one on Grookey because Grookey shouldn't be above 89 after this batch. So I'm guessing this is the last one and I hit it one extra time. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's double check. Yeah. Just double checking the Grookeys, making sure I didn't like miss a shiny one. Stoutland's really fast. Yeah, because Stoutland's default was fast, and then the running was slower because, or like the special movement was slower because it wasn't running; it was sniffing. So that was kind of their way of like making Stoutland viable as an actual ride Pokemon. Was basically give him the run as his default. I forgot about that until Vanillix mentioned it, that it was like a... But yeah, now remembering it, because I just... Can you tell that I really don't know much about these games outside of the shiny hunting, specifically? Didn't have to hold B like Tauros. Well, that's the thing, right? Holding B with Stoutland made you sniff the ground, right? Okay, we actually did gain eggs that time, so we're like right on a weird balance. Yeah, we have a decent balance here. I think we'll probably like we'll get somewhere between 4 and 6 eggs each time that we hatch 5. So I don't know what the plan's gonna be as far as hatching eggs to make sure we always get the newest or like always like are hatching ones, and we don't like have any stale eggs that just sit there. Because like at the moment those eggs in that top row are stale eggs, because like we'll just never hit them if we keep like a balance. Know a good amount about each part of the games. Yeah, I focus on the shiny hunting. If I learn anything else, it's like a happy accident. I'm in it for the shinies. Yeah, like we're getting eggs pretty quickly. It's just Grookey hatches very fast with a flame body Pokemon at the front of the party. And also, I need to fix something with my like setup or my layout, because right now my counter buttons match the stream layout, where the counter for the 3DS is on the right and the Switch is on the left. But my controllers are the other way, just because my 3DS is on my left. So holding my Pro Controller in my hands, unless I like turn my whole body 90 degrees. It feels weird. And I'm constantly hitting A on like the 3DS when I'm trying to hit a button on the Switch controller. Straying away from Nintendo because there's nothing out right now that you haven't already played. That's fair. That's fair. There we go. I didn't mean to add to the party. I keep doing that. Excited for WarioWare? When's that coming out? So yeah, that got announced at E3. Did I get a? Does that have a release date on it? Yo, Dave, what's going on? Congrats on the CORSOLA. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, no, I'm so happy we found the CORSOLA. We found it literally like the third encounter of the stream. This is incredible. September 10th. Oh, nice. That's pretty soon then. Yeah, that's only like 2 weeks away at this point. Metroid Dread looks sick. They put a new trailer on it. I said, yeah, I saw there was a new trailer for it. I haven't seen the trailer, but I saw it existed. That'll be cool. Have you looked into music variety on of the stream yet? Not much recently. There's just been a lot happening. Like yesterday, I went to do a walkthrough on a house I'm potentially renting. So, like, just a lot of life stuff has been happening, and hopefully that'll all settle down a little bit more soon, and I can like actually kind of focus in on stream stuff, because I really do want to focus on getting like the stream quality and like just general everything around the stream, really, not necessarily the quality of the stream itself. I think that's pretty okay. So I think I might still be streaming in 720, so I might need to change that. But yeah, it's on the list of things to do. I've definitely thought about it for some of the Let's Go streams. I was starting with Glitch City stuff just to kind of mix it up. But yeah, it's just the way I want to do it is going to take a little bit of time, and I don't want to sit down and really do that until like I know that I'm gonna. Because basically what's going to happen is I'm trying to do a lot of things that are going to kind of change the way that I like handle the stream here at my desk. Different kind of like, not really workflows, but like kind of the process for getting streams started and for running them and stuff's going to change. And if I'm changing like my whole desk and like my whole setup and being in a new streaming area, I'll just do all that at once. So like, if I had to make one change, I may as well make one big change as opposed to making 3 or 4 small changes. And have like 2 streams of just fumbling really hard and then be all good, as opposed to like continuously having little tiny things I have to get used to and remember, oh, well, I do this now as well. And yeah, because I just want to, in general, I would like to get the streams up to a like really solid point before BDSP comes out. Hey, how's it going, Penguin Taco? We got CORSOLA. Yes! Yes, we found CORSOLA literally like the second encounter of the stream. It was crazy. It was like, we started the stream at 400 encounters and ended CORSOLA at 402. So, the stream is already a success no matter what else happens today. It is a successful stream. It would be very, very fantastic if we could find another shiny, be it Grookey or Cresselia. If we find either of them, we have another plan for that like Systems Hunt. Beyond that, I don't know. Basically, if we find Cresselia, we move on to Cobalion. If we find Grookey, we move on to doing a Galarian Slowpoke. But if we find those, I don't know. We'll just figure that out as we go along if it comes to it. But yeah. Hope you're having a good day, Penguin Taco. Alright, there we go. Also, let's go ahead and collect this egg. Alright, yeah, so we gotta open up everything, go into the PC. Okay, yeah, so we are collecting more eggs than we're hatching. So, alright. So I'll release that. It's going to be very awkward if I release a shiny Grookey on accident. So I'm being a little bit careful about that while I'm also like I'm menuing in both games at the same time, and with the controller slipped it's kind of difficult. Well, my whole desk is set up with the controller slipped, and that's a pain in the butt to fix. More of a pain than just getting used to like doing things backwards. It's like if you have two keyboards, right? Like if you have like up two laptops or something, you just start typing on the wrong laptop basically. Which I don't know how common of a problem that is, because occasionally I'll have like the computer I'm at now, and then I'll set my laptop on the same desk, and I'll like try to use my computer's keyboard for the laptop, or the other way around, and that's always frustrating. Alright, so we're hatching these just because they've been sitting in our PC for so long. Yeah, because basically what I don't want to have happen is us to have the shiny egg show up as one, like the first egg of a batch, and then we just never hatch it. If that makes sense, right? Like, if we're only encountering 5 of the 6 eggs we get each time, I at least want to kind of be like cycling through those. Eventually, once we fill up like the whole PC, I'll just like empty out the PC before I collect any more eggs, so that way we know for sure we went over all the eggs. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and do that. That way we can avoid a little bit of the menuing that's causing issues, and we can just do some encounters straight through for a minute. It's only like 1.5 batches or something, but really, to me, any amount of time that we can just... So that movement comes from dropping your Pro Controller on the floor. Alright, cool. It slipped off my leg because I said it's sitting on my lap. Wondered what that thud was. Yeah, it was me dropping the controller. This controller's taking a beating, so like it's not a big deal. It's a trooper. Yeah, so I gotta figure out all the quirks of this dual setup, and I gotta figure out everything I need for the BDSP streams once those start happening. That's really at the moment the goal line I am looking towards is the BDSP streams and doing some stuff and trying to get everything figured out properly before that. Ice carpet, yeah. For now, the new place will have hardwoods, which might be weird for Echo. But by the point I'm in that place, I'll probably be willing to put up a little bit of sound deadening on the walls. Yeah, so I'm excited since ideally there's not like been anything official signed, but it seems like both parties, as far as me and future landlords, are in agreement on this place I'll be at, or hopefully be at, with everything. So I think everything's good to go, just aside from formalities of signing paperwork to protect both sides of the renting stuff. I'm basically gonna be good to move in, and I'll have like, from there I'll have 2 months effectively to get everything set up exactly how I want it for BDSP streams. Because like I've said, BDSP streams are really the thing I'm gunning for, being like fantastic and like really just going hardcore in on those. So excited for the new Underground. Me too. I'm excited for everything with BDSP. After the latest trailer, everything's just looked really good, and I've been super excited for the game. So yeah, they can't come out soon enough. Sounds like the housing situation's going well. Yeah. A lot better than it was like a week ago. Yeah, because like I've mentioned, I've had a few things pop up that were kind of like, seemed like they were gonna go well, be it either like just a way to live in like a house, or like rent part of a house, or like apartments I was looking at. Like everything seemed good to go, and then like numbers changed, or the whole like contingency of what would be like the case before I'd be allowed to, like, before it would just work for me to be at like a place, like fell through. But this is like way more solid, and it's been way more solid. There's just a little bit of stuff like really before like a day or two ago, I think was really the most uncertainty like in the whole thing for me. But everything seems good now, hopefully. again, hard to say anything before papers are signed, but the situation seems a lot more promising, to say the least. Okay, yeah, just wanted to double check there were no shinies there. But yeah, so what I'm excited about is I will have like a dedicated computer room, streaming room, that, you know, isn't my entire like living space in my apartment, without also like taking over my bedroom or anything. Because that's one thing. After like 4 years of living in the same room that my computer was in, I decided like that after college I was always gonna have my computer separate from like my bedroom. Like my bed and my computer should not be in the same room. It was kind of just like a thing that I was like, this is happening. This is a rule now. So, you know, my bed is in the bedroom because priorities, and then yeah, computer has been, for the past 2 years now, it's just been like in my living room, which is basically the rest of my apartment here. It's like my kitchen and the living room and everything, and so like it's a big space to try to do anything sound-wise with or lighting-wise with, versus like having a room that's like just the size of your desk, you know? Because you're getting a house. It's still renting. It's not buying a house. So it's not like I'm a homeowner or anything like that. It's just the new living space I am renting happens to not share walls with anyone else. Yeah, no, there's no way that I would be able to like own a house in the current situation. Like the current housing situation is just too crazy. Too crazy for me at the moment. Still a big step though. I guess you can say that. I'm just excited to have a second bedroom. It being a house is a slight benefit in that like neighbors having loud music won't really be a thing. But yeah, for me the largest part of it is absolutely just the dedicated computer space. Yeah, again, like it's a much smaller room to like confine everything to, but it keeps like echoes and stuff controllable. Like there will be more at the start, just because the walls are closer to bounce off of, but it'll be way more. What am I trying to say? It'll be way easier to like soundproof it, you know. First living in an apartment, the loud music your neighbor blasts, right? Yeah, that stopped pretty quickly. Yeah, because I had mentioned that like in my whole like I'm coming back thing last year. I was like, I'm sorry if like my neighbors were playing stuff because they were just always playing stuff. That was like a month. After that, no more. So I assume someone finally figured out which room it was coming from. It's hard when it's just like the bass coming through. But yeah, that abruptly ended. Another benefit is the other way around. I don't feel bad about playing my own music loudly. Yeah, so, but yeah, to wrap it back around, BDSP coming out is going to be really fun. I hope it's a lot of fun doing those streams with everyone. Cause yeah, gonna put a lot of work into making sure those streams get off to a really good start, and just making sure we have the best shot at completing the decks that I'm hoping to complete in the time that we have. Neighbors do the same thing in your apartment. It doesn't really bother you. Most of your neighbors are older people, so you're probably known as a foul noise complaint. And they might have, but part of the thing is like I said, like if it's bass and you don't know exactly which direction it's coming from, like how do you figure it out, right? Like it's hard to go figure that out. Alright, I was one off on that count, so I hit so many buttons that aren't the right start button. let's just go to the boxes so we can actually see the... Yeah, just want to double check that I'm not missing like the sparkle. I've had people knocking on the door thinking it was you and you're over here in a quiet room. Yeah, I've never had a neighbor come and knock on my door. The most I've had is maintenance come and be like, hey, are you like running a lot of water? And I was like, no. Because like their like meters were saying like there was a lot of water usage from my apartment. They're like, oh, this must be wrong because we had someone else also like that. Like, yeah, probably. $23.42. So many Cresselias already, guys. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna actually have to start collecting eggs. Actually, we don't have to collect eggs yet. Let's double check. Because there's a lot of Grookies here. Oh no, was it just Grookies? Did we just have a lot of Grookies, not a lot of eggs? I think that might be the case. I just decided I would deal with the Grookies later. Yeah, I think I just decided I was gonna deal with the Grookies later. Yeah, so okay, here's our egg. We're gonna have to grab more eggs starting now. Yeah, I think the only other time it wasn't maintenance that someone knocked on my door was someone who I had like just moved in was like, hi, I run this business. Do you want to like? So I was like, no. I'm like, I was literally in the middle of like a work meeting and like trying to do a sales pitch at my door. And I'm like, one, I don't think you're allowed to do that by like the terms of your lease, but also like, no. But one, no. Two, you can't do this. Three, literally, you hear the like conference call happening in the background. I got to go back to that. Never been pitched anything. I mean, it's not that hard to deal with. It's literally just say no. Yeah, it's like someone who like, it's like I guess they're like a chiropractor and they like ran like a business with that, and it's like, you know, if you need anything, like discounts for all of my new neighbors. I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. I don't want that. It's like, no, absolutely not. On top of just being annoyed they're trying to sell me stuff, no. So anyone thinks if you ever think I'm rude, just remember you're the one who like knocked on my door in the middle of the day to try to sell me this. Only annoying thing, neighbors upstairs that smoke constantly gets in your apartment. That sucks. Yeah, the most I have is like walls are a little bit thin. So you might hear like a TV at night if like you're trying to sleep, which is why I just turn mine down at night if I'm watching it. But usually I'm like on headphones listening to something on my computer late at night anyways. The people above me, I've heard them like walk around. That's about it, which that's not a big deal by any means. I'm not like super upset or concerned by that in any way. Also really thin so you can hear almost everything, which is weird. I mean, that just comes with the territory of apartments, right? Like, unless an apartment spends a ridiculous amount of money that's just gonna honestly be a waste on your rent, because they're definitely just gonna charge you for it as like an extra feature, and because they paid a lot more for it. Walls aren't gonna be soundproof. very little reason to make them completely soundproof, as long as like you can't make out like every single conversation that happens. That's how it's gonna be. Thought this was just a lunch stream. You'll be popping in soon. All right, gamers. All right. Yeah, I know it's a Friday stream, so we're going for a fairly long time here. It starts early because it's a Friday stream. I'm taking advantage of that while I can. That's probably gonna be wrapping up next Friday. Like next Friday will probably be the last day that we're able to do that. Because going forward, it'll be like a normal work schedule all week. So yeah. So just a heads up, Friday streams are going to be like going back to normal length starting later in the afternoon. Week after next. Next week will be the last time we can really do this kind of longer stream like this. So just a heads up on that. Lunchtime streams will continue to happen in the meantime. Those might continue indefinitely. I'm not 100% sure on what like our working situation is. Work from home and everything. My company still intends to go back to the office. They were originally planning on going back September 6th, but that got changed because of developments in the situation of the world. Excuse me. Oh. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze twice and didn't want to like blow headphones out or anything. Yeah, so like we were gonna go back to the office, but now we're not because we can still just do our job from home anyways. Most of my team's in India, so like me being in the office isn't incredibly high priority. I know like my boss wants to be able to like see me, obviously, like have face-to-face meetings, you know, to an extent is like desirable. You know, if you can. I totally get that. Alright, cool. So yeah, I think to an extent there'll be a little bit of going back to the office, even if it's only like a couple days a week, once we're able to. Which isn't a problem for me. It's part of why, you know, the place I'm looking at now is in such a different location to where I am now. It's just way closer to that office. So if that happens, that'll start changing stream stuff around, but I'll know well in advance when that comes up and what the deal with that's going to be. And I'll adjust streams and everything accordingly then. The only thing I can think of at the moment is it's not going to affect BDSP, I don't think, because BDSP is something that I'm going to be taking some days off for that throughout November and December. Where Moonduck, hopefully it shows up soon. Google the music's your name response because it's stupidly funny. Yeah, Goldie, hopefully Moonduck show up soon. I could use a shiny Moonduck. Okay, this is ridiculous. Yeah, okay, there. 2357 on Cresselia so far, and 109 on Grookey. Grookey's still well within odds. I'm not upset about Grookey. Cresselia is overstaying its welcome now. Would prefer for it to be shiny sooner rather than later. What are the odds for Cresselia with Charm and Ultramoon? 1 in 1365 or 1367, right around there. So in the range of it should have happened by now. Nothing too crazy, but it is like over odds at this point. And also thank you to everyone who's left a like on the stream so far. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, so I would like to get Cresselia today. I would love to get Grookey today. If we only get CORSOLA, you know, I'll accept it. especially with our Charizard yesterday. Guys, I can't believe we found that Charizard yesterday. That was crazy. That was legitimately crazy. I'm gonna be getting the highlight for that uploaded soon, in the coming days. I might put it up tomorrow morning just to have something go up tomorrow morning. And have something go up tomorrow because I've got some things I have to do tomorrow. So where I usually, you know, say I might stream if I have time, I know I definitely won't have time tomorrow. That's a guarantee, unfortunately. Which might be better. It might be better just to be able to say, hey, I for sure won't be doing it. Because yeah, there's definitely a bit of stuff I gotta do tomorrow. My usual morning routine, plus I gotta get a car running that's not running. So that'll be my day tomorrow. Yeah, people won't expect you to stream. Yeah, no expectations on that. Granted, I really haven't set up any expectations for the weekend anyways. I've tried to avoid doing that. Yeah, in general, I try to avoid setting like expectations that I'll stream unless I like genuinely plan to, and because I only ever want to I never want to like say, hey, I'm gonna definitely stream and then not. I'm okay with saying I might. I'm thinking about it because that's a genuinely true statement. It's like I'm thinking about doing it, but we'll see how I feel. Like that's one thing. But if I say like I'm going to and then I don't, I feel really bad, especially if there's not like a concrete reason to, or like if it's like something I knew about beforehand. Like it's one thing to be like, hey, I'm gonna stream, and then be like, oh crud, like emergency thing happened, like that. Unavoidable when that happens. That's happened before. But like it was like, hey, I'm gonna stream, and then it turns out I had something else planned that I knew about. That's a little bit weirder. Yo, what's going on, John? Guessing I found CORSOLA. Yes, CORSOLA was found. We found CORSOLA. Like 3 encounters into the stream. It was super awesome, and I was super excited about that. But how you doing today, John? How was your Friday? Hope it's going well. Yeah, hope your Friday's been going well, man. I'm trying to deal with these headphone cables because they're really annoying. Like this cable's the best cable I've found for these headphones, aside from like the one that came with them that has unfortunately just gone bad from age. But yeah, like the only other one I found was like the normal like material, but you know, coiled cable, so it was like really heavy. That was annoying. I would get caught on stuff, and that was really annoying. And then this, which is like plastic braided. I don't know if you can see like. I don't think it'll pick it up, but yeah, okay, there you go. See, it's like plastic braided there. That's like really just like rough plastic when like it's like rubbing on my arm constantly as I'm moving my arm around. That can be annoying. So I'd love to find a different cable, but I think the most I'm probably gonna be able to do is just find a better way to run it. Because right now it comes off of my microphone boom. And runs up to like down and then up to my headphones that way, which works really well in terms of like cable management, but it's like running right where my arm's constantly going during these streams. Another batch of Grookies done, and I really didn't keep up with that count well. I was too off on that. But 114 Grookies in. Nice! Go ahead and release all these Grookies. Okay, there we go. Grookey's released. go ahead and get another batch of eggs hatching. Also, it is a little annoying having my controller, like, do that. Why is it doing that? Why does it... It's like I go right under that box. I don't know if I'm, like, bumping the up button or something. I don't know. Makes it a little bit hard to... Come on now. Come on now. Didn't mean to do that. Ah, I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. Don't know how to get in contact with Google, never had to. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just go ahead and hatching these eggs on their own. I don't feel like menuing that much. So that is one of the things that's rough about this hunt, about this Masuda in general, honestly, is the egg collection. It takes so much time, and it feels like it breaks various kinds of momentum in the hunt. I don't know what's going on. This cable's like really weirdly warping today, and it's like decided to train itself in a very unfortunate position for today. And it's like really like everywhere I'm trying to put my arm to avoid it's uncomfortable. Anywhere my arm gets comfortable is where the cable is, unfortunately. So it's like obnoxious. It'd be nice if these could be wireless headphones, but they can't, sadly. Most I can do is just like unplug them fully, but then I can't hear anything, which is annoying. Let's see if I can get this cable. Twisting it like that, twisted the wrong way. That's sad. The timing works out decently on these, on the Grookies and the Cresselias. I say that and then immediately we finish the Grookies. We gotta collect more. Yo, Shining Mudkip, what is going on? Welcome, welcome. Bless you with a shiny this stream. Well, thank you. Thank you. I guess you blessed us with the shiny CORSOLA that we found. Yeah, we found a shiny CORSOLA. Oh no, I needed to collect eggs. I didn't realize they only had the 2. That sucks. That actually does very much suck. Yeah, that is very unfortunate, seeing as I don't think I have any eggs anywhere else to fill up those slots.
Count to 10, and we'll be where we wanna when you're next to me.
You missed the shiny you blessed.
Pretend.
Such an unfortunate situation. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and move these Grookies. I'll deal with these Grookies later. I say, like, oh my gosh, come on. He says, like he said about all the Grookies in these other PC boxes. Yeah, okay. Let's just move these Grookies, though. We're gonna have to collect eggs. Hopefully you've blessed us with another shiny. If we can get Cresselia today, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, I need to collect more eggs, like, between streams if I want to keep doing. I need to keep, like, collecting eggs outside of the stream if I want to make these Masuda streams, like, work well. I mean, the biggest problem is with that is Puffin pointed out at one point, like, if you get really lucky with shinies, it looks like you faked it, but it's just, it's something where, like, it's something where, like, I don't know, it's just, like, I feel like I could be collecting eggs, or I could be hatching Pokemon, and, like, I don't want to be doing both. Like, either collecting or hatching the eggs on their own isn't that big of a deal, but constantly switching between the different modes is a little bit annoying. Yeah, so it's gonna take a while for us to, like, actually get back up to speed on everything here, because we gotta collect a whole bunch of eggs while also remembering legitimately how much we hatched this time, because otherwise we could just be running around with, like, all our eggs hatched. And it's not very efficient. It's not very efficient to not hatch them all simultaneously, because you really only have that one moment of peak efficiency when all 5 are hatching. Alright, there we go. We're hatching 2 eggs at the moment. So this other egg is hatching, and then after that we'll be hatching individual eggs at a time, but they should hatch pretty quickly given that we encountered them, or we got them fairly quickly afterwards. I just gotta make sure I'm actually keeping up on my encounters properly, and not goofing that up. The third one hatched? Do we have 3? I thought we only had 2. If all of them hatched at the same time, that'd be amazing. Or if we were literally just that close to the next egg's hatching number. This type of music, that's just a cool vibe, and sound to just why you like this music. This is really good. I love this. This is good stream music. This is like really good stream music. Mostly, I would put this as like really good intro and outro music. Another hatch, cool, cool. right, we have one more. We have one more egg to hatch here, which should hatch pretty quickly, given that like we pick up these eggs pretty quickly, so it's not like it's gonna take that long. Stream playlist is 8 hours long. See, I need mine to be more like that, right? So I'm not playing the same like 2.5 hours of music over and over again. But it does take some time to build up. Yeah, so I need to figure out my playlist. I need to figure out where to like keep the playlist, and I need to figure out a way to make sure I'm like in the clear with all the music on that playlist all the time. So I think I've mentioned it before. There's like that like the music I pay for from Monster Cat, like I'm in the clear to use it as long as like I'm in the clear to use anything on Monster Cat's site that's in their like streamer okay licensing on their playlist. However, most of the time they're adding music to it, but I believe they can also take music out of it. Any music that comes out of it, if it was used before it was pulled out of that playlist, good to go. But I believe, you know, I can't like say, oh, I've been using this since insert date. Like it's not like if I streamed one day, it's fine. They take it out and I stream the next day and the music's still there. It's not good. You know, like that. Just that kind of situation, I think, is what I could end up in, and that'd be my biggest concern with using other like Monster Cats, or like making an offline playlist that mixes like Monster Cat stuff and Glitch City and all that. Because I think that'd be the best way to go about it, right? Like, just build some some mega playlist of everything. But I've been using Monster Cat's site to control my music, just because that automatically applies the filter of what I'm allowed to play. So it's like, I need to figure that out. I need to figure out what exactly I'm allowed to play and what I'm allowed to play it, you know? So that's what I'm working on. Recommend NCS. I've used that before. That's actually not, like, fully legit. Just as a heads up. There have been times where creators have been dinged because, like, something in that stuff is sampled is copyrighted, and samples in another song are enough to get you dinged. Just as a heads up. Like the copyright claims can trickle down, just as a heads up, just as a warning. If there is anything, generally it's okay. Sometimes there are issues. I know one Minecraft creator, Mumbo Jumbo, had to remove all of his old intros from videos just because like he got dinged on every single video because there's a sample in his music that he had a right to that person didn't have a right to. Most of their stuff's okay, I think. Just be careful with it, because I've seen people talk online about not everything in there is like actually fully allowed. I'll also say I used them for my Manaphy hunt, and the general vibe of a lot of the music wasn't quite what I was looking for. So it'd be better for me to pull stuff out of their playlist specifically. Granted, a lot of the other big ones too generally kind of have a disclaimer of like, hey, I won't ding you in any way, but there's no telling if someone higher up might like decide to. Generally, historically, they don't, but it's a beware. It's a like, you know, creator beware kind of situation. It's part of why one of the things I've considered doing in the past, which would really only happen, I think, if I did more on Twitch, is make a VOD channel. So all the streams still happen here or happen on the Twitch channel, but they immediately archive themselves as unlisted, and everything's just on the VOD channel. It's like if you want to go back and watch like a VOD specifically, you can do that. You can go over to that channel and do that. So it's not like an issue. And like if that channel gets dinged, and it's not an issue against my main one. Glitch City, Hyper Potions, well, all they want is credit in the description or something. Yeah. Yeah, generally that's what's wanted from a lot of those. But again, as a heads up, someone like Glitch City, Glitch City says like, hey, I'm totally fine with you using my stuff as long as you credit me. Just be aware, some of the stuff I use might get dinged. It usually doesn't. Again, historically it does not, but there's a chance. I have been hit by stuff in the past from YouTube. I play it very safe. So that's why it's such a big thing for me to add more music that isn't in this Monster Cat set. is just because I need to like take the time to really do that right. Because I don't want to have anything happen. It doesn't get me. I'm not saying it guaranteed does Vanillix. I am saying that she says, beware. She is okay with you using it. It will not be her dinging you. But if Content ID picks something up in her song that is like a sound she pulled, a sample, it might get dinged. Again, yeah. She's not. No one's hitting you for that whole song. You might get hit from some small thing in it. Is all that it is. Is all that I'm saying. The same thing. That's the same deal with NCS. They're not gonna hit. It's at no point is any of this saying that like someone out there is like, hey, use my music, and they go, oh, you use my music, I'm gonna like take all the money from the video. It's not what it is. Not what it is. It's explicitly like above that, looking down, sees the song and then sees anything with the song, right? Like sees this song has it, therefore it also sees that your thing has it, right? Like it's not directly the song. But again, this is why I'm like extra careful with it. Music copyrights in general are really just like a minefield to deal with. There we go. And Patrick Williamson, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Sub hype. Sub hype for Patrick. We got new eggs. Yeah, claims don't get you a strike. The only way that you could really get hit, the only way that you get anything more than like the strike on your thing is, or like the claim on your thing, is if you like falsely reject it, right? Like if you dispute it and like you really don't have a reason to dispute it, then it becomes a problem. But not until then. Hype, indeed, hype. Okay, the product. Generally, I've gotten hit twice with things I've realized are probably legitimate. One of them I was a little annoyed by, but yeah, in general, it's stream VODs, so like cutting 5 minutes out of it where nothing happened isn't a problem for me. The only time I'd like have any actual kind of issues and it'd be like, ah, this sucks, is if it happened like right at the moment we found a shiny or something, and like so the highlight has it in it too. That'd be my biggest thing. Perks of a streamer, right? Like, it's like, I think in general streamers are more likely to have the background music that has that happen, but at the same time, it's easy enough for me to go, I mean, yeah, it's like, I can cut this part out. This isn't like, it's not like I'm losing large swaths of the video or anything. It's like, okay, I can just cut it. It'll be a weird cut in this like 3-hour-long VOD that no one's gonna watch. So like, who cares? Who cares? It's not a big deal. Oh, and music that's in cotton streams, it's normally at a part and nothing happens, or you're being quiet. Yeah. Yeah, so the two I can think of is one where I don't know how it happened, but basically music that wasn't listed under Monster Cat at all appeared in the stream where I was using Monster Cat and got claimed, and I was like, that's strange. And I looked it up, I couldn't ever find Monster Cat having a reference to having it, so I was like, very confused by that. I asked Monster Cat to release any claims they had. They said, okay, and they had nothing to release. It's like, that's very strange, but it is what it is, it happens. So I just like cut that part of the video out and let it go. And another time was the Halo stream I did several months ago. The menu music got picked up because I went quiet for a while. And we just didn't have anything else on in the background at the time. So that got picked up, and I was like, oh, that sucks, but fair. It sucked though, because it was like, it got picked up and it was like, Halo soundtrack, and I'm like, I'm playing Halo, like, the EULA for these games lets us do this. I was like, yeah, I guess it's fair, like, nothing else is happening, so like, sure. I can accept that. Because again, it was literally just the menu music for like 3 or 4 minutes. Like, it was while we were waiting for someone to join our party. It wasn't even like the Halo theme, it was just one of the songs in like Halo 4/Master Chief Collections, like menu and matchmaking menu. I got picked up. I was like, I'm playing the game, this makes sense, but like it's not worth fighting, you know? It's like, fine, I'll cut it out so you don't get a part of this, but not that there's a part to get, right? Like, not like there's anything to get a part of at that point. It's a VOD that was getting like maybe a view a month. And so it used to be like that with the music, but they kind of back off of it a bit. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo was very just weird about a lot of stuff that seemed like they didn't quite understand. It's not that they seemed like they just didn't quite understand how like the creator space would react to like their whole like Nintendo partnership kind of rules or whatever. Because yeah, the rules are very much like, you give us part of the money, you give us this, we'll let you play the games, but like you can't play them early, like you can't do anything, you can't break any of our rules when it comes to this, and then you can stream our games. Is basically what it came down to. I forget what all like the details were of it, but Nintendo was like, people will do this, we're Nintendo, they'll give us money. I was like, no, they'll just play other games. There's any content creator that is playing other stuff will just play other stuff. Because like at that point you're already just really risking it playing Nintendo stuff on YouTube in general, or YouTube and Twitch in general, because they were very strict about it. But then like they're like, oh fine, we'll do this program. It's like, or you can just not. Like, there wasn't any momentum to keep it going, and I think they eventually kind of axed it. Playing Kingdom Hearts was a Disney property, but they said I could stream the game, and almost every recent game was picked off. Like, what? Yeah, that's strange. That's honestly, that's Content ID. That's not. There's a lot of different things involved with that. Basically, the laws are really strange. They were never written with the intent of something like the internet existing, which is really something you could say about any of the laws that affect the internet. Is almost none of them were written while the internet was about, or if they were written with it about, it was written by people who don't quite get what's so different about it. So you have a couple, like, you have a lot of issues with that, and then like the system's put in place to try to keep that from being an issue or also a whole deal. You see your shiny Lotad? I did, gamers. Congratulations on the Lotad, man. Congratulations on that. I'm so glad you got it. How many encounters was it? How many encounters did the Lotad take? They let go of it. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, if you look and you see that it was manually claimed, that's one thing. If it was automatically claimed, it's one thing, and you can just kind of be like... Generally, if it's auto-claimed, you can just be like, no. If there's a legitimate reason, you just say, I have a legit reason. And they go, oh, okay, yeah. And, like, they let it go. If it's auto-claimed, that's when it's more of, like, the frustrating issue. Because, like, someone manually did that, and they're going to be the person... Because the problem with the system... is it's very heavily in favor of the music, generally in favor of the like music publishers, which isn't surprising. The whole reason for Content ID existing is basically the music people like do this exactly how we want it, or else, right? Like, or else we will come after you, YouTube. So YouTube complied and made a system that heavily favors the person who makes the claim. So like, if you manually claim something, if like someone manually claims your video and you dispute it, that dispute is reviewed by the person who claimed it. And they have final say before it's a strike. It's like, oh, come on. So really the only time you dispute it if it's auto and like you genuinely have a reason. Only 155? That's awesome, dude. That's pretty fast. I had to keep the volume of music down so when you're streaming now, just to be safe. It's a good plan. It doesn't really need to be loud. It shouldn't really be loud. It should just be enough to like fill in any small amounts of silence, or just like put a background theme to it. Like, honestly, the best way to do it is really just to have like a neutral background theme that is the stream's theme. But then you have to have like a theme kind of made, like a background music theme. Really, that was all of them. Okay. I didn't realize I had, like, missed so many of them. Alright. As a rain dish, which is the ability you wanted. That's fantastic then, man. Congrats on that. What kind of a suck to have gotten the hidden ability, which I know you didn't want. Getting two more to name them. Coffee and Coaster. Nice. They screwed up Pokemon TV again? How so? Didn't they just put it on Switch? Back to the weird style? What style? Yeah, what style is that? BDSP is coming faster than you expected. Isn't the days leading up to it have felt shorter? Time's speeding up for us to get there. Dude, I'm so looking forward to BDSP. I'm so excited to stream it. I'm really looking forward to it and hoping to do a lot of stuff with it. Do a lot of streaming, just a lot of content in general. Have just a lot of fun. When they updated it, they had every season of the anime, and now this is selected, and surprisingly it has journeys and the more recent seasons. Yeah, I feel like, as much as that feels like it was ruined, I feel like that was, if it was the other way for a while, that was a mistake. Or like a weird promotional thing. Because I think for them it's way better to trickle the seasons in here and there, just to keep like daily users up. Otherwise you'll have a ton of installs, people will watch a lot of it and then stop watching any of it. Because they've watched it all. So they'd rather kind of have you bouncing around and coming back for various things as you need to watch it and feel like you want to watch it. Been binging the Hoenn and Sinnoh seasons, so good. I don't think I ever really saw Sinnoh. I know I saw some of Hoenn. I don't think I saw any of Sinnoh, though. So happy you got Lotad. Dude, I'm so glad you got it, man. That's awesome. That is really awesome that you got it. We have one more Grookey in this batch. Yeah. Okay. Cool. My count was right for once. Usually I've been having to fix my count after each of these encounters. Yeah, the count was actually right for once. Boom. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, BDSP is a valid shiny hunting method that is good and not kind of crap like Sword and Shields. Might actually get back into it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm really hoping it has a good one. Again, the hunch I have is that hideaways are going to be a form of shiny hunting. There will be shiny hunting to be done in the hideaways, I think. Obviously don't know for sure, but that's just the feel I get, is that those will have like a shiny hunting method related to them. So I'm hoping, if that is true, that it's good. You know, the important thing there is, like, I want it to be a quality one for sure, because yeah, like, KO method is a shiny hunting method, but it's not like, it's not a super duper one, right? Like, it exists. It exists. It's a way to hunt that isn't like normal. There are a few benefits to it. I do appreciate the fact that like it's not really a chain in the traditional sense. So like if you stop and come back to it, you're not like losing out on anything. Like, you know, SOS locks down a system, catch combos lock down a system, and I would just like to avoid locking down systems as much as I can in the future. KO method isn't that bad. It's not bad, but it's not fantastic. I want something like Poker Radar or like SOS. I want something really involved. Like, obviously, yeah, SOS versus Poker Radar are two different levels of involvement, but both of them like feel like there's a strategy to it. There's some stuff there that like I like that side of it. I like the involvement and the planning and everything that goes into like knowing what Pokemon to have, how to set them up, and all this stuff. I like that when it comes to SOS hunting and Poker Radar, so I'd like to see something like that come back. Hideaways, I think, would be really interesting to see as some kind of chaining thing. I would love to see hideaways be some kind of chaining thing. Granted, they really feel like they're going to be just a more general rate up kind of hunting area. Like, special Pokemon spawn here, and they also happen to, you know, part of that is the rarer ones spawn here too. You might see rare forms. kind of talk the same way that we saw it in like Let's Go, where they just kind of talked about catch combos improving and getting stronger Pokemon and rarer Pokemon to show up. That's what I would expect to see. Used to do SOS so much, same, so much SOS hunting. So I don't think we'll see SOS hunting come back. I don't think I would expect them to really bring back a method like that into a game that never had anything like it. Especially into a remake like this, but who knows? Who knows what they'll do? Think you're onto something here? Wait, what was I onto? I don't know. I moved on to a different topic, I think. If they did it that much, that means they did something right. Yeah. The boost is mad, but it's faster than random encounters, and the increased odds just by doing random encounters by taking a few extra seconds to KO some of them. Yeah, no, like it's not bad. It's just very bland. You know, it's not offensively like bad or anything. It's bland. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's just wanting something with some excitement to it. There's a little bit of excitement to the actual hunt itself, and not just to, oh, is this going to be shiny? Pokeraider can break at any moment. SOS can just not call in for help. SOS, you know, you're trying to keep this delicate balance of keeping your chaining Pokemon alive, trying to keep yourself alive, trying to get it as like low as possible. There's a lot of stuff going on in SOS, something that's very interesting in the setup, and there's a lot of stuff with Pokeraider that just can go wrong just because RNG says no. So yeah, that's kind of my thought there. I actually see it being a method because of the wording they said about it. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, just looking at the way they're set up, and the fact that it's like, set up your totems to go into certain ones, and like, you'll find these rarer Pokemon there that you can't find anywhere else. And it's like, I think there's going to be some shiny hunting there. It very much feels like there's going to be a method there. I just hope that's not the only viable method. I hope there's something method-wise to the overworld that isn't just random encounters. That's really what it is for me. I want there to be something to the hunt that involves me kind of influencing the fact that a spawn is happening. SOS, the fact that like you set up a chain in battle to continue to see stuff, or Pokeradar, you're radaring 4 Pokemon and you're getting the grass to shape. Dexnav, getting the Pokemon to show up and having to track on the Dexnav, like stuff like that I think is really the way I would like describe as what I want to see, is like you're influencing. These are spawns directly related to your shiny hunt. It's not just walk into a whole bunch of random Pokemon, which also is valid, but that's what catch comboing and KO method are, is just like the spawn's already there, just encounter it and see. Or in the case of like Let's Go, just like the spawn just showed up. Was it shiny? It's not horrifically bad. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not as exciting as feeling a bit more in control of what's happening. What you're looking forward to in BDSP is the music and playing through a 3D Sinnoh and possibly a cool shiny hunting method. Yeah, I really want to see the cool shiny hunting method. I think it looks like something is there for that. Even if it is, okay, we actually did the right number. Even if what that is just like the hideaways. So I'm excited in general. I'm very excited in general. So pumped for it. You pre-ordered it the other day. Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered it or anything. I know one of the reasons for that is I try to avoid pre-ordering, and the other reason is since I'm moving and wasn't sure where I was moving to, I didn't want to like pre-order at a GameStop that would have been like 3 hours away from my like wherever I ended up living. For a midnight release, that'd be rough if I'm trying to stream ASAP on the release night. Thinking about how to Wingle after your Lotads so you can set up a rain team. That'd be cool. That's one with February pre-order, but after the presents they did recently reset. Yeah, like the thing is, I know I'm getting the games, but I still just try to avoid pre-ordering in general. I don't like the whole idea of it very much. And generally with Pokemon, it's very easy just to show up to a GameStop at midnight and be like, hello, I would like to buy this game tonight. Do you have copies? And you're like, sure. And you walk to the counter and say, what do you want? And in my case, because I stream, I say both. And they go, oh, okay, cool, we can do that. And that's the end of that. I've gotten every pre-order bonus that I haven't pre-ordered since, like, I think I pre-ordered you some, and then, like, my store did the release an hour early, because, of course they did. And so I missed it. Like, with Sword and Shield, I literally just drove to a GameStop I knew of in the area, showed up at, like, 11:45, and was like, hey, do you have any copies? I haven't pre-ordered. I'm like, yeah, sure, go on in. Like, you've never had an issue with pre-ordering. I mean, yeah, I had that. That was mostly just, like, on time zones and stuff being funky and me not understanding that they were just going to be lax with the Ultras. As well as... What else was really there to it? I think one of the big things with it was the other big thing I had was Call of Duty Ghosts. I pre-ordered Call of Duty Ghosts, so that was a mistake. That was a lesson learned, is what it was. I think BDSP's pre-order bonus is either a journal, a poster, like pins of the Sinistars. I guess just depending on where you go. Yeah, I haven't. Like I said, the only Pokemon game I pre-ordered in a long time was Yusum. Only Pokemon game I've ever pre-ordered. Most of them I show up for the midnight release and I just buy it, and I've gotten every pre-order bonus. They've always just had plenty. I'm wondering though if this year it'd be different. In general, in-person releases might be a little bit more strict on, like, if you don't have a pre-order, don't show up. I'm guessing it might still be a little bit more strict on that, like, just as far as, like, gatherings. Like, yeah, we don't want walk-ins. Like, we're planning for this. We're gonna have the minimal number of copies and, like, minimal exposure and just get you in and out. Is honestly what I think is probably just gonna happen this time. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll never go to a Call of Duty midnight release. It sounds like hell. Oh, I didn't go to the midnight release. I pre-ordered it because I played Black Ops 2 so much and enjoyed the crud out of that. And then, like, I was in school when it came out. Like, I didn't take the day off or anything. My mom just, like, picked it up on the way home from getting groceries that day, and I was able to play it when I got home that night. And yeah, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. I still just remember going into a GameStop years later and being like, yeah, the last game I pre-ordered, but oh, you doing any pre-orders? I'm like, no, I've been burned. My pre-orders. Like, oh, how so? I was like, the first and last game I pre-ordered was Call of Duty Ghosts. And they went, oh, yeah, no, I understand that. like when it's so bad that the, like, sales dude, they're like, oh, yeah, that was a terrible decision. And I understand you not going through with any of my sales pitches now. Yeah, that's when you know it was a bad time. Yeah, so the midnight releases I've been to was I went to the midnight release for Halo 4, and I went to the release for the Pokemons. Basically for Sun and Moon, Yusum, I showed up late, but I technically did try to show up. Let's Go, Sword and Shield. Those are the only midnight releases I've been to. I don't know why I hit that button there. What even happened? Because the game sold like crap? No, I mean, the game was awful. The game was just bad. And it was just generally panned as a bad Call of Duty game. Basically, it came out and everyone was extremely disappointed in it, is what happened. Ghost just sucked. People said it's underrated. Like, nah. People say that now because it was their first Call of Duty game. There are enough people who that was their first Call of Duty game at this point. Because it was underrated, but right, like people like crapped on it, but it was so good. It's like, was it? Was it like? I think some of the arguments were like, it set up the modern formula for Call of Duty, and it's like, that's not a good thing given the state of the games, in my opinion. It's not like the new games get the most like stellar reviews. Yeah, alright. I think we're gonna do this one last batch of eggs, guys, and call it for the night. My throat's feeling a little like sore, like I'm losing my voice, so we're gonna call it after this. It'll have been 2 hours. I'll work on getting the Charizard video put together. I'm gonna be working a lot on my national decks in Gen 6 tonight, but in general, yeah, I don't want to like push my voice if it's going bad or anything. Yeah, I very much remember Ghost kind of breaking any kind of like, it very much opened my eyes to some of like the like hypocrisy and blindness like people are willing to just put in place on their opinions for the game and stuff, just to like support it. Specifically at the time, a lot of the like Call of Duty creators I watched on YouTube and stuff, like they were good at the game. I won't fault them for being fantastic at the games. Obviously they were good and they were able to make content off it, but I remember a lot of them kind of saying like, oh, I hope that like the game doesn't have X. And then I think it was specifically, it was like Ghost had come out and I kind of watched stuff with that and like just kind of kept following them. Like maybe the next one will be better. Like Advanced Warfare, I think it was, 'cause, I don't know. Infinity Ward lost it with the naming scheme. Because it was like Modern Warfare, then Ghost, then Advanced Warfare, then Infinite Warfare, and then Modern Warfare again. It was a whole mess. But I remember like after Ghost and like going into the Advanced Warfare trailer, a bunch of like creators, including one guy, said like, I hope the games aren't like X. Like they don't do this thing. And then that trailer showed that thing happening and it was like, oh, the games have X, that's gonna be so fantastic. And it's like, why are you flipping your opinion? Like, that's when I kind of noticed, like, are you just flip-flopping to be the hype men for this game? And like, that's what immediately opened my eyes to kind of like that whole idea that it's like they aren't unbiased, they are very biased towards the games being successful, because that is what they make money off of. The more successful the game is, the more likely people are to find them and watch them, and that's how they make money. Like, you know, you kind of get that eye-opening thing there. So it's like, that's where it's like, that seeing them like talk like that kind of turned me off the whole thing. You have any suggestion for an electric type for your team? If you can get a Heliolisk with dry skin. Alright guys, like I said, this last batch of eggs is what we're going to be hatching. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up after these encounters today. I'm not sure not supporting activation. Oh yeah, that's a whole other can of worms. That's a problem now. Not a fan of the new CODs. I liked Modern Warfare 2019. I enjoyed that. I didn't plan on getting Black Ops Cold War just because like I paid $60 for Modern Warfare in 2019, and that was Cold War wasn't a big enough change over that for me to be like, this is a new game I should pay full price for. Like after playing the beta, I was like, cool, I played the beta. This looks good, but it plays just the same, if not a little bit worse in my opinion. And then, you know, they updated the game file to basically be Black Ops Cold War, and you had to boot through that and be like, are you sure you really don't want to be playing the brand new one? Oh, look what you could get if you had been playing the brand new one. So I didn't. So like I just stopped playing it at that point. But yeah, no. Now it's a whole extra problem. Heard Cold War's campaign was decent, but the multiplayer was crap. There were just weird things. The fact that they did score streaks again, which score streaks are fine with me. If anything, it encourages more well-rounded playing by encouraging you to do objectives and encouraging you to get assists and just in general score streaks. I think score streaks in general encourage better gameplay over kill streaks for rewarding like the actual like items and support items, but them doing score streaks and then taking out them taking out, like, the fact that when you die, it resets your score streak to 0. Like, it just continues even if you die. That was a little bit meh to me, because it just made it where, like, all the streak items showed up in waves. Alright, we're gonna do one more encounter here on Cresselia for the day. Oh, the file sizes? Yeah, they're terrible at optimizing. And when asked about it, they're kind of just like, tough luck. Alright, final encounter, guys. Let's see if we get it. Apparently COD Vanguard is going to be like over 200 gigabytes. And I'm like, no, wait. Modern Warfare 2019 already was. Yeah, it's not new now, is kind of the unfortunate thing. But alright, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. This is where we're going to be wrapping it up. Apologies for ending a bit early. Like I said, I feel like I'm about to lose my voice, and I would rather not. So we're going to be calling it here for the day. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I won't be streaming this weekend. However, I will be back on Monday. I'm going to be planning on being back on Monday, and we're going to try to get the Charizard video up over the weekend. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time, and until then, take care.